Welcome to Royal Rumble. This time, Norsca will face up against Vampire Count.
So welcome to my new series Royal Rumble. It's in fact it is not new. It's just my videos or my series, my replays with comment or with commentary. But it's not so cool to say every time this is with commentary and this is without. So I named this series Royal Rumble. So always when you read Royal Rumble, it's a match with comment and yeah. So this time I'm playing as Norsca against Vampire Count, and yeah, as I told you in a former video, the matchup is it's Norsca is so strong against Vampire Count. It performs so strong against Vampire Count. It's really hard for Vampire Count to deal with Norsca. Yeah, and yeah, let's go to my army composition. Yeah, my first line is filled up with Marauders. So I think they perform quite good against the Vampire Count infantry. So against spearmen or skeleton spearmen and skeleton warriors. And yeah, against all low tier infantry they perform well. And yeah, I pushed 5. They are very cheap. So yeah, I decided to bring them because yeah, I can increase the quantity of my complete army, and yeah, I think against all low tier infantry they perform well. Of course, the leadership is very low, so or it's not that high. So if they face up against the Mortis engine or something like that, it's they will rout almost immediately. But yeah, I think the melee attack and the melee defense is quite good, and it's okay. Also, they have this new rage ability, so they are stronger as their brothers from Chaos. So the usual Chaos Marauders are quite the same, except for this new ability. So I think you know that as long as they stay in combat, they will get a buff. The first is a leadership buff, the second is a physical resistance with a leadership buff, and the third one is, yeah, they get also melee attack. So I think that the first and the second and the third will not stack. So you get every time one additional. So in the first step you get a leadership buff, in the second the physical resistance, and then the third the melee attack. Yeah. So if you are able to that they stay in combat, they will will perform better and better. Directly behind that I have 2 units of Marauder Champions. So they are quite expensive, and they have not really a armor piercing damage, but I think they perform really well against every infantry unit of Vampire Count. So they have in fact really good stats of melee attack and melee defense. The weapon strength overall is good, and they are very heavily armored. So I think they perform quite good against the Vampire Count infantry, also against Graveguards. So I don't think that you have to bring armor piercing units or armor piercing infantry. It's not necessary against Vampire Count. Then I have, of course, yeah, this my Wolveric is on a Warhammer. So as I said, Vampire Count it's very difficult to handle with large units, and so I brought also a Soul Crusher with armor piercing, strongest monster unit in the game until now, I think. So it's quite heavy to handle this with for Vampire Count. Then I have a shaman with fire lore, and I brought only 2 spells. In fact, this piercing bolts of burning, I think is the name. They make a lot of damage, And I brought that because some player that playing vampire counts will create a big blob to compete against Norsca, and you can cast that in it. So it's yeah, it's very good for that. Also in usual games, if the enemy is not blobbing, you also can it's make a lot of damage to vampire count, because vampire count fire will damage vampire count really heavily, as you know. Then the Flaming Sword of Ruin. So you get a weapon strength, yeah, weapon damage, a plus of 22%. And yeah, also for shooting units, but the important thing is you get also fire damage. So if you cast that on your front line, and so it will perform very well because of the fire damage. So then I have my Skin Wolf. These are the Maws of Savagery, I think the name is. The legendary Skin Wolves armored. I think the price is over 1,250. And the usual Skin Wolves with armor, their price is 1,050, I think, but it's worth the price, the 200. It's worth because they are much stronger as the normal ones, and yeah, they perform very well against all cavalry, and yeah. And also I brought a Skinwolf Verrican. In fact, this guy is so broken, I think he's very overpowered. I made some tests and I tried to which hero can focus him out or can compete against him well, and yeah, you have to fight with a commander against him, because there is no hero in the game who can fight against him or win against him. He's so broken, and I think the price is 1,000 if you bring in as vanilla. So without anything, the price is 1,000, and it's too cheap in my opinion. It's overpowered, this guy. It's very strong. So I think that was everything from my army, and yeah, let's go to my opponent. In this case, I played against Turin. So I'm not like to talk big, or I think it's not a good manner to name him. Also, it doesn't really matter because I also played against top 20 or top 10 players and won and also lost. It doesn't really matter. But I think he has a really good YouTube channel, and a lot of you know him. And I think 3 or 4 days ago he made a video with he played as vampire counts and also against Norsca, and he made exactly a video how to compete against Norsca with vampire count. And in fact, this match is really good. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, you can also watch his video. As I said, 3 or 4 days ago he made a video, and yeah, so I will show you his army composition. In fact, in his video he said that the Crypt Horrors perform very well against all nearly or all Norsca units, especially against the Mammoths, because the Mammoths cannot run over them. So if the Mammoths come to in the front, they cannot pass the Crypt Horrors. They block the Mammoths. Because as you know, if an infantry unit, the Mammoths will run over them. It's no problem. But the Crypt Horrors will fix them. So if he is able to surround me or something like that, I'm get stuck and I can't get out. So he showed that in his video, and I also didn't know that, and it was very interesting. And yeah, you can see in this match he brought 3 units of Crypt Horrors, and I think they perform really well, and you will see that. Then he had 3 units of Skeleton Spearmen to protect the left and the right flank, also the back line. for any flanking maneuvers, I think, with maybe also with Norscan wolves or something like that. I don't know. And then in the front line, Grave Guards, Sternsmen, Grave Guards. So one of the best infantry units. They perform really well against everything you can bring with your infantry corps, and yeah, really good pick over here. Then he brought Vlad von Karstein. So in fact, I think he's one of the best commander for playing against Norsca. He's quite tanky, he makes a lot of damage, and yeah, it's very difficult to catch him with the mammoths or something like that. So I think it's a really good pick. Also, I think the Strigoi Gold King is also a really good pick, but yeah, but it's very good. Yeah, the Mortis engine over here, the Claw of Nagash, in fact, is also, yeah, it's very strong unit, but I'm not sure about the performance. If you can save the Claw, the Mortis engine from my mammoths or from the mammoths, it will perform really good. Because against the complete low tier infantry of Norsca or something like that, but you have to protect them. But I think it's a good pick. Then we have Blood Knights over here. Of course, I would bring 2 units at least, and he brought 1. They perform really good against against all large units and something. So you have to bring them, yeah, to increase the performance. Because it's one option to handle with large units, and yeah. And then he brought this Dara pack, this legendary one, Direwolves, and yeah, this they have I think anti-large bonus, yeah, 14, and yeah, they're quite good. And yeah, he sent them with his Blood Knights, yeah. I think to compete against my Skin Wolf. So I didn't forget anything, I think. So let us start over here. So as you see, I'm committing here the fight, here, the Marauder champions over here, this one over here, the Marauder champions over here. And I was waiting with this unit over here, yeah, to see what he's making with his Skeleton Spearman, or to make a flanking maneuver over here. So my mammoths directly charge in to kill his Mortis engine. And as you can see here, I try to save my left flank with my Skin Wolves and the Skin Wolf Verican. But as you see here, he charged in with the Skeleton Spearman and the Blood Knights and the Dire Pack. And yeah, now it's very difficult because the Dire Wolves and the Skeleton Spearman will, yeah, they will get the charge damage from me, and he can save his Blood Knights. But I had no choice, so I attacked. He directly cast Raised Dead behind me, so I can't escape. And as you see, I didn't. The Blood Knights didn't get any charge damage because the Direwolves, and yeah, he sent the Direwolves directly in, and also the Skeleton Spearman joined over here. So it was really, yeah, it was a really difficult situation. As you see, my Skin Wolves, the Mouse of Savagery get a lot of damage, and yeah, it was really good over here. For him. Not for me. So we didn't see that. The Mortis engine is offline. So he made a mistake. He sent the Mortis engine directly in the front line. And yeah, with 2 War Mammoths, it's you can kill the Mortis engine very fast. And he had an advantage with the Script Horrors that I was not able to get through them. So if he put his Mortis engine in the back line, so the Mortis engine can heal up his units over here, I wouldn't be able to get through this and kill the Mortis engine. So if he would put the Mortis engine behind the back line, the situation would be other. I think this was a mistake, or this was not so good. Yeah. But as you can see here, I casted this piercing bolts of burning, and the Blood Knights took a lot of damage from that, and in fact the complete damage is nearly from this cast. So the cast was very strong. Nearly the complete damage were from the spell. So on this side the Sea Fang goes up, down, but it not really make any damage because the front line is, yeah, on this side I lost the complete fight. And yeah, and now he sent his Blood Knights into the middle, and on this side I was now able to flank him and to sandwich his units over here, so I can win the fight on the right flank. In the middle, it's still we're really equal because the Crypt Horrors perform really well, and also my Wolverine took some damage, and yeah. So his Dire Pack is now fighting on the right side, and yeah, he chased my Fire Shaman, but I escaped. As you can see here, the Skinwolf Verkin nearly took no damage. As I said, is really overpowered. It's very difficult to hunt him down. Also, he's nearly the complete time in the group of Blood Knights, but yeah, as you can see, he makes some damage. He did not get that much damage, and as you see, I cast this spell, Flaming Swords of Ruin. So my units over here get this buff or this fire damage in addition. Now I thought, yeah, I have to hunt down his Vlad from Karstein. And this is, as you can see, it's very complicated because he's very squishy and he flies around, and it's very difficult for a Mammoth to hunt him. And now he's joining the complete fight over here with his units, with his Spearmen, Blood Knights. Sea Fang comes down over here, but the damage was not so much. And in fact, I won the fight over here. So the right side was, I won the right side fight, he the left side, and now, yeah, the rest is against the Mammoths. My caster is also still online. I'm still casting Flaming Swords of Ruin in it. But I think at this point it's not so, yeah, it's not so good, or it's not, the performance is not so good because yeah, there are only my Mammoths and my Skinwolf Verkin, and I think it's better to cast it when you have a lot of infantry units left. But yeah, but they come also from the right side. My infantry units will join the fight over here. And with my Soul Crusher, I fought against his Vlad from Karstein, and yeah. But as you can see, it was not that easy. My Wolverine took really a lot of damage now, so he have not that much health anymore. But he's still able to hold that line over here. And with the Soul Crusher, what you can see over here, he casts now a spell. I don't know the name in English, but he reduces my melee attack, to 0. So at this moment, my Soul Crusher will not make no damage. Not to his Vlad von Karstein. Very good from Turin. Also here Sea Fang comes down, but it's Sea Fang is not. I don't know if I would bring that anymore, because it's okay if the enemy has a straight line, but in a blob like this or something like that here, it makes nearly no damage. Because the Sea Fang is really good against infantry if he drives a straight line. but as like this, it's nearly, yeah, you can leave it out. So he healed up his Flat von Karstein. As you can see, he took some more damage, but now he has, yeah, he has a quite, he has very, the health is very, increased his health. Now he's very healthy at this moment, and yeah, I was still hunting him. Well, Wolverine is still, yeah, hold the line, but he took a lot of damage. But as you can see over here, still the Skin Wolf Verican, yeah, he's, I don't know where we have it here. He's still very tanky, really healthy. He performs really well against the Crypt Horrors, and I think CA should increase the price. So in fact, he's, as I said, the vanilla price is 1,000, and for that performance, it's they should increase it to 1,400 or 1,500 because he's so strong. And if the price would be higher, it would be more difficult to bring him. Also with mammoths, and I think that would be fair. So in this case, it's so strong, man. Because he has everything. He can performs well against large units, against everything large, and he also performs well against everything like infantry units or something. He performs well against everything, and this is the main problem, I think, because he has an anti-large bonus of 36, so much, but also the melee attack, melee defense, every stat is so good. So I think they shouldn't reduce his stats, but they should increase the credits, the price. So now you can see the Flat von Karstein took a lot of damage. He still casts Raise Dead, that I stuck into the zombies or something, that he can escape. But you can see it was not that easy, because I have to, yeah, my Soul Crusher hunt only one unit, the Flat von Karstein. But I thought if I will kill him, the complete rest army will rout, and I'm able to, yeah, to win this match because of the leadership damage the vampire units will get. Because I saw that over here it's really difficult to hold the line for longer. I still hunt him. My Wolverine took a lot of damage, or still take a lot of damage. Yeah, I continues casted the flame of the sword, the flaming sword of ruin. So the weapon strength increases, and also I get the fire damage. And yeah. Now over here, his Flat von Karstein is nearly dead, and now I decided to hunt him down with my skin wolves, this Mars of Savagery, and send the Soul Crusher in this to fight against his Crypt Horrors, because I saw that my Wolverine, yeah, will die shortly. And now I was able to, yeah, to hunt the Flat von Karstein down. And after this, the rest army gets a huge leadership, or the leadership damage. And now I was able to clean the rest up over here. So Flat von Karstein is not dead. And but you can see the Skin Wolf Verican still online, still healthy. Yeah, as I said, very broken. And now you have the mass rout because the commander is dead. So in fact, his build works really well. It was really difficult to play against him with my Norsca build. You can believe me, in other matches it is more easily because it's it's not so difficult to play with Norsca against Vampire Count, but his build works really well. So this is the reason you can also go to his channel, Turin, and look for the latest video, or as I said, 3 or 4 days, you can see this build, and also he explained why the Crypt Horrors perform very well. And I think it was a really good build, and as you see, the Grave Guards, they massacred my complete infantry. The Crypt Horrors, if he was able to protect his Mortis engine, I think the match would go another way. So yeah, this was the problem. Also, I think I would bring two units of Blood Knights, because with a constant charge in the back line, I think it's very, very difficult to handle that. Also with mammoths and something. So 2 units Blood Knights maybe. Yeah. As you can see, my Marauder's not performing that good, but also here you can see 56 kills, and it's quite okay. The Marauder champions, the performance is it's a lot better, and as I said, the Skin Wolf very broken, and yeah. So thank you for joining in, and yeah, let me know what you think if you have any questions, and then let me know, and have a nice weekend. Thank you.